quick introduction of Mr. Sanjeev Malhotra. So he is CEO at NASSCOM CoE for IoT and AI, and he is currently building an innovation ecosystem and driving co-innovation with large enterprises, SMEs, and startups focusing on emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, IoT, robotics, and more. He has spent many years leading product strategy, development, and global operations in many domains with large and mid-sized companies. He comes up with an extensive knowledge of e-commerce, SaaS, and managed services, server and CPU technologies, IoT, and connected devices. So, I mean, Mr. Malhotra, we are extremely happy to have you here, and we would definitely like to learn from your experience.
No, great. Thank you so much. Great to be here, and great initiative, and congratulations to Pankaj, Microsoft, and everybody who's involved in putting this initiative. I know it's not easy to do that. Having done things myself, I know the effort that goes into putting these programs. So we started our journey 4 years ago. As I said, I come from industry background of Intel and Qualcomm, having spent half my life or more than half my career there. I started this center government initiative with the government and the industry, to drive more innovation in these emerging technologies, which we know is going to have impact in all different domains. So we opened our first center in Bangalore 4 years ago. As a, call it experimental thing or a first endeavor, and then kind of things went well, and we opened 3 more, one in Ahmedabad, one in Gurgaon, and third one in Vizag. So we have 4 centers already running with the objective of bringing industry and startups together, helping startups on the one hand with the network in NASSCOM we already have. So we have a little advantage where we can actually capitalize on the networks of the companies and the startups and the related ecosystem already being there. And now we bring in, a deeper actions, or call it a deeper intervention into bringing out what the industry requires. Sometimes even industry doesn't know what they require. Even we need to help them also to tell them, this is what we need. Leave alone the big technology names. I mean, obviously they know everything. Well, most of the things, I wouldn't say everything, but they know a lot of things. But if you talk about manufacturing, you talk about healthcare, you talk about, agri, they require some hand holding also there, and guidance, if not hand holding, where to start your digital journey, how to go about putting your roadmap. So we do some design workshops for them, helping them out with some of the use cases they can use. Each one may have their own specific requirement. It's not one size fits all. So it's a continuous effort where we are learning, they are learning, and we are evolving our program. Since the technology is new, the applications are new, the people are new, everybody is learning. So the journey is, where you continue to build on it. You have to have perseverance on it. Definitely there is a need. Definitely there is a ROI. Initially people may see or not see. There are questions we get on that. Why should I do it? Show me the ROI, this and that. The traditional industries ask these questions. But things are turning around. It may happen because of the general the ecosystem is growing, the knowledge is becoming all pervasive, and COVID has also accelerated some of that thing. Also, people are onto digital journey faster, whether onto innovation or not, but definitely everybody started using digital in some sense. So as I said, we have been working hard on building this ecosystem, focusing mainly on healthcare and manufacturing. Because we felt, the applications which are, or the requirement on one segment are quite different from other. So we have to understand the domain, get deeper into it, bring domain experts and involve more people into that from the ecosystem. And that's what we did. We built a healthcare ecosystem and we built the manufacturing ecosystem. These two things we have built because now technologies are all interrelated. IoT cannot work without AI, and in some cases, AI always will be a layer that will go on top of everything. There are applications which need AR, there are robotics, and so on. So we don't, while all these technologies are related, and we need to get all of them into one umbrella, under one umbrella, and that's what we do. So it's been a good journey so far. We are at it, working with, and one thing I've seen is, we have to learn to work with a lot of different organizations. It's not a journey you can take alone. It's such a big task. I think even if we all put our heads together, still we are not enough to undertake that. So wherever I get an opportunity, I see who do I work with on this, and build that collaboration with as many people as possible, as many right people as possible. So that is one learning, and overall it's been growing, and we feel we're on the right track and need to continue work hard on it. So this is my experience so far, but I can, Pankaj, if you want anything more on specific things, I will be more than happy to talk about that.
Sure. Sanjeev, you're at such a vantage position in terms of looking at all the stakeholders. And this discussion is, of course, about AI digital labs and about the talent development using AI digital technologies in collaboration with Microsoft. We've always had the pleasure of working with you. I remember your support during the Make in AP initiative that we launched a couple of years back. And then before that, of course, we did a couple of other initiatives. So from the position of NASSCOM CoE, when you have to handle so many stakeholders, what do you see as the challenge or the kind of requirement in terms of talent development? And what would be your advice to a young student today who's studying in college? Because a lot of times people also think there's a lot of hype around AI, and I think you are at a very, very good position to share the right perspective. So I would request you probably to elaborate a little on that.
Right. The need for talent, as every speaker said, is going to continue to increase, right? I mean, it is happening both on the developer side, because we work with so many startups and large companies also. Everybody is looking for a good hand on especially on the data side, on the data science side. A lot of companies who have made their hardware products require, I need to now build. You can't just have a hardware product these days. Every product, will need to have some application or some additional software, some additional AI built into it. And those companies are definitely not finding it easy to get a person who has a decent knowledge of, I won't say great, but decent knowledge of AI to come and join them. So the demand is there across the board. I'm talking about small companies, and large companies, we all know that becomes visible. But even smaller companies are finding it difficult, right? So I think, as some of the speakers said earlier, find some good projects, even if they're lab projects. Getting those lab projects, even if they have some flavor of real field problems, will be very, very helpful. And the field is evolving. And if they can take an internship with some startup or something, also will be another good idea to take, before to get a feel of a real problem solving. So there are so many opportunities on the startup internships that can be looked into. Yeah, I think there is no doubt on this where the direction is. This is the way the world is going, and this is the where we have to start putting all our efforts on, from all sides.
Thank you, Sanjeev, so much. And I think we look forward to work with you, because you touched upon a very relevant point about the startup internships. In fact, as part of the program, we have committed that we will try our best to support as much as possible in terms of both the projects of the industry and also the internship opportunities. And I think NASSCOM, collaboration with NASSCOM, can help us a lot in getting to the startups, because the startups need talent and the students need opportunities. But I think there's a bridge which is needed, and we can definitely work on the student side, on the supply side, and we would probably get in touch with you and work closely with you on the demand side. So thank you so much for your inputs and your perspective.